have so many favorite memories, but one that I can think of is our first Apex Latino Arts Festival. That was in 2010. I really started just a friendship with Renee Anderson, who at the time was working at the Halley Center, and just with meeting with her, we started to dream about how to mobilize the Apex community around Latino arts, and we wanted it to be specific arts. And I remember that event, we did it inside the building, and we were probably already breaking fire codes in terms of the number of people that showed up, because I mean, it was just I was amazed at how much the community was mobilized. But one of the funny moments happened as part of our culinary part of the festival. So every year during the Latino Arts Fest, we have a food passport that we sell, and that's how people get to taste the food. And I had one of our church members that approached me, very upset, and said, "Pastor, they're asking me for my passport to taste the food." And I was like, well, they mean the food passport. Like, you have to go at this booth where you buy a food pass, not like your real passport. And I could tell that there was something in there, about maybe past experiences, where he's like, even here I have to show up my identification. And I was like, no, this is like a food passport. And then he and I both laughed hard after that when he understood what the passport was that people was asking for. But that's one of my favorite memories, organizing the first Apex Latino Arts Fest. An important memory of my time here in Apex is when we opened the Family Resource Center. This is where we're standing now. This small building was previously a doctor's office, some type of doctor's office, and we had an opportunity as part of Apex UMC Fiesta Cristiana to obtain this building, and we opened this to the community. We envisioned it being a front porch so that we could reach the Hispanic Latino community. And so it began to open the doors and to welcome people from the community. It's a place where I've cried with many people. I remember crying with an Apex high schooler in her 12th grade when her family was deported. And that was a hard moment of my ministry here, and I believe of our Apex community, seeing an 18-year-old separated from her family. Also, this is a place where we've had held many meetings to see how we do ministry, how we serve our community. This is a place where we started to organize when one of our former chiefs of police really felt like it was not addressing the needs of the Latino community, and families did feel targeted and persecuted. And we held meetings here with our former chief to really voice our concern. And so this has been a place of crying, of ministry, of organizing, and it continues to be, even to this day, a front porch of ministry and of community here at the heart of Apex. What makes Apex home is this is the place where God called me to start a new Hispanic ministry in 2008. And at that time, I was living in Durham and I moved to Apex. I can't believe now it's been 15 years that I moved to Apex. And as I reflect back, this is the longest I've lived any one place in my life. So that has meant that not only has been my place of work, where I've done ministry, where I've lived into my purpose, planting Fiesta Cristiana, establishing meaningful relationships, but also is where I have raised my 3 kids. So all 3 of my kids have gone through the Apex schools, from elementary to middle to high school. 2 of them are on their way out from high school, and one more in 2 years. And looking back, I mean, that's what makes a place home. All those meaningful connections, living into your purpose, feeling fulfillment from being able to serve my community and even beyond. And as I again look back at 15 years, I would have never thought Apex would be the place that I would call home for so many years, and it feels like home. My hopes for Apex's potential, it is really hard. I've been thinking about this question to come up with an answer when you already feel like you are at the best place to live in America. Like, you're at the peak. And I really feel that way about Apex. But as I think of the years ahead, I'm very intrigued, particularly about the new Department of Diversity and Inclusion. I believe that what makes a place stronger, long-term, sustainable, is more diversity, more of a place where people really feel empowered and belonging. And part of what I dream and hope for Apex is to continue to strengthen our community by welcoming all walks of life. I want languages to feel welcome in our spaces. I want people of diverse races to feel like this is a place where they can live. I've been a lot of the part of the conversation about affordable housing, so I want people to be able to afford to live where they work. And I want our leadership, I want all of us, as we are committed to making this the peak of good living, for that to be accessible to all the people that we love and care about. And I believe we can do it. I believe in our leaders, I believe in the people in this community, and that's what's kept me grounded in this place. So that's my hope and dream. When I tell the story of Fiesta Cristiana, I always start with saying that it was the Holy Spirit working in the hearts of people here in Apex that opened the doors for this ministry to begin. I was invited in to be a part of that story. And Fiesta Cristiana is unique in that we say that more than a church is a family, and we mean that. Like, the relationships are very deep, are very strong, but also is very unique because we have a worshiping community. We have a worship service in Spanish on Sundays, but we also have a very big development arm, a community development. And so Fiesta Cristiana in the Western Wake area is the only Latino-led organization, faith-based or nonprofit, that really is connecting with the Hispanic Latino community in the area. And so we have been blessed and called to open doors, such as the Apex Immigration Services clinic that we have here on our campus, such as starting the Apex Latino Arts Festival. More recently, we have been leading on our COVID response. Fiesta Cristiana held one of the first events in North Carolina for vaccinations. We had over 300 people right at the beginning of the pandemic, and since then, we launched a community health worker initiative. So we were given funding by the state to serve thousands of people in COVID response. We also ran a tutoring program where currently we have over 60 children. We have parenting classes that are led in Spanish, as well as circle of parents to resource adults that are raising children. And as a parent, I know how important that is. And there's many, many more opportunities for people both to serve as part of Fiesta Cristiana, but also for families to be served. And this is really made possible in terms of the partnerships. It is everything that Fiesta Cristiana does is a collaboration with organizations, faith organizations, community-based organizations, and even government agencies. And so I feel very blessed to be able to serve our community through Fiesta Cristiana.